Hello and welcome to the review, the show that goes behind the scenes here at Al Jazeera, but also lets you do the talking. This week, we'll be meeting the interactive team here at Al Jazeera. They've recently launched a clever online editing tool that takes 17 of Al Jazeera's films on Palestine and lets you do the mixing and remaking. You get to be the storyteller on this one, and as we'll hear, they have a really amazing competition to announce too. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, here's a look back at the news that had you clicking and sharing this week.
This, by all means, is a rally in support of the government and its decision to step up its role in the fight against ISIL. The manner of Qasasbe's murder has profoundly shocked Jordanians.
Houthi supporters crammed into a stadium in their stronghold city of Sada to hear their leader speak. Just 24 hours earlier, the Houthis had staged a coup and announced themselves the country's new leaders.
The head of Nigeria's Electoral Commission said he was ready and able to conduct Nigeria's February polls, but security chiefs said they could not guarantee the safety of voters.
Groups of football fans trying to get into the Air Defence Stadium in Cairo, but some do not have tickets for the game. Police try to stop them with barricades. When that doesn't work, they fire tear gas.
Relatives and friends of the 26-year-old humanitarian aid worker struggled with the news of her death. The White House said its intelligence agencies had verified her death, though not the cause or the time.
This attack happened around 8:30 local time this morning. It's one of the central bus stations here in Donetsk. There were reportedly around 30 people here at the time. You can see the extent of the devastation.
23-year-old Dia Shadi Barakat, his wife Yusor Mohammed Abu Salha, and her 19-year-old sister Razan were shot and killed. A neighbour, 46-year-old Craig Stephen Hicks, has now been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder.
A few months ago, all the channels at Al Jazeera got together to launch an innovative online project. It's called Palestine Remix, and it lets you be the storyteller. To put it simply, it's an interactive web tool that lets you remix or rearrange any part of 21 hours of documentary film into your own creation. We wanted to find out why it's proving to be so popular, so the review's Sarah Lindenberg headed over to the interactive office to find out.
Action.
They told us a few barrels of espresso were consumed in the making of Palestine Remix. And if you spend a couple hours on the site, you can see why. 17 films, 250 different characters, 580 places, spanning 215 years of history. All text searchable.
It was several sleepless nights throughout the project.
Mohammed El-Haddad, the senior interactive producer on the project, said they enlisted dozens of volunteers from all over the world who worked around the clock for 3 months to make it a reality.
So we took what would be a conventional way of telling a story and made it an interactive experience. We allowed people to search for specific keywords. Everything that is in video is now transformed into text and searchable text. So you can string together your own understanding of the story by typing in keywords. That feature alone in conventional video is incredibly difficult. So we opened up that content, we made it accessible to people.
The editorial leader, Rawan Damen, who oversaw the project, said the reaction has been tremendous.
I think the reaction was much more than we expected, especially that it was in the 4 languages, English, Arabic, Turkish and Bosnian, the Al Jazeera network languages. It's huge. One of the lessons we have learned that the project life starts not when we launched it. We thought the launch is the end of it. The launch was the beginning of a huge thing.
And now it's about showcasing the remixes and letting you choose the ones you like.
One of the best remixes was done by the States about Haider Abd al-Shafi, the famous negotiator on the Palestinian side.
And openly declared position of claiming all Palestinian territory, not conceding anything for the Palestinians.
And for Nazar's remix and others, this is just the beginning. A competition is in the works to determine the best of the remixes made, with a huge prize at the end.
The selection process will be one of we'll have an open vote and have those remixes that are the best and the worst selected by the community, and the winner will be chosen amongst them.
Check back on the site PalestineRemix.com to find out the details of the competition in the next few weeks. In the meantime, get remixing.
And if you send us your remix, we'll feature it on our Facebook page at facebook.com/aj.review. Now, switching gears a bit, one program that viewers were talking about this week was the witness film Wallah's Corner Store. The documentary looks at the relationship between a Palestinian shop owner and his African-American customers on Chicago's South Side. Jamal Dewan tweeted, "This piece on an Arab corner store owner in Chicago is so powerful. Lots of deep life insights. Do watch." On Facebook, Caroline Rice commented, "Thank you for this report, Al Jazeera English. It has almost become impossible to find human interest stories like this on most media outlets." But Facebook user Nancy Brown Newsom took issue with how the story was presented. She wrote, "I am sad that the posters needed to frame it as the story of a delicate racial balance. The US has problems enough, don't pretend they are around every corner." Why don't you be the judge? Here's a clip from the film.
So this is a cheap story and it's $25,000 I go buy. It's now like 8 years in this place.
Number.
Wait a minute.
I know your number.
I got to say, wait, I'm gonna play $1 straight and 50-cent box.
There you go. That's good.
As far as his, because he love black folks. He black. To us, he is. Or to me.
Allah right here, Muhammad, that's the best thing could ever happen to 69th Street. He's been here for about 15, 20 years.
You need accept the neighbor, accept the heart in neighbor, accept the mind in neighbor.
Hey, Miss Bridget. Hey, sweetie.
Windy City flow, murder mommy silly food back up off the low. See my hood full of Arabs corner store, cause murder mommy trying to get fed. Talking ops, the only ops are children that's misled. So yeah, I rock with Arabs. I can about Arabs corner stores. That was the easiest topic. And if you ask me, it wasn't nothing but knowledge.
That's all the time we have for this week. We close out the show with the good news of our journalist in Egypt, released on bail early Thursday. Here's what Al Jazeera had to say about it. Bail is a small step in the right direction and allows Bahar and Mohammed to spend time with their families after 411 days apart. The focus, though, is still on the court reaching the correct verdict at the next hearing by dismissing this absurd case and releasing both these fine journalists unconditionally.